The amount of fossil energy that's being consumed, it will take many, many, many years to replace that with truly renewable sources of energy. That's a lot of new infrastructure that takes far many years to build in the scale that we need. So in the meantime, we can do a lot to lower the carbon emissions by adding carbon capture. So we can still utilize the infrastructure that we have today, but with additions. So carbon capture and storage of CO2 is a step on the way there.
By 2030, if we do stick by the Paris Agreement, we're going to need to capture over 1.5 gigatons of CO2 per year. And so I think carbon capture takes a primary role in the entire energy transition.
So oil and gas has this rich history of mobilizing to solve large-scale and complex challenges in energy. And we're pretty proud at NOV of the prominent role that we've played in solving those problems.
So today, when we talk about carbon capture, there are a lot of people that are very nervous about jumping into the space because the incentives to make carbon capture happen and decarbonization happen come with huge financial risks. Our engineering and our capabilities to pull off large projects kind of work hand in hand with the requirements for decarbonization.
If you look at the entire value chain of carbon capture, utilization, and storage, there aren't very many parts of that value chain that not one of our products touches.
Be it from the ducting for the flue gas, capture technology, CO2 deoxygenation, dehydration, compression, liquefaction, onshore transport using composite pipes,
The gas processing and engineering, complex project implementation,
offshore conditioning systems, the flexible pipes, the transfer systems, entire value chain, and very few companies in the world would have that type of the product portfolio.
We do have the engineering capabilities and capacities of building this in scale. I mean, we are not a startup company. It's not a prototype or a small demo. We are a big company that build big things. So I think that's important to understand from our customers, that we do have the size to build big and do the upscaling that is needed here.
In NOV, we say we do purposeful innovation. You need to have great technology as a base, but that alone is not enough. I'm concerned about cost, cost levels.
It takes a little bit of a creative approach because the solutions aren't always, they're not going to be the same everywhere. The layout, how those assets are distributed, access to infrastructure, funding, government policy.
There are different parameters which are maybe even more important in those various energy businesses than we see in our oil and gas business.
I think it takes a global team to execute those, but also a regional expertise to look at this and say, this works here, but that's not a cookie cutter approach. So we really need to consider all of the, the constraints and the factors.
Because we bring in all this experience, because we bring in people that have been doing gas treatment and gas sweetening and renewables and complex mega projects, where we come in is really de-risking the entire process for everybody in the value chain, not just our immediate customer, but also de-risking for the startup, the investor, the government.
This is a reordering of a lot of things. This is a fresh start.
This is a newly forming industry that we get the chance to include everybody in.
And the diversity in skill set and mindset and attitudes and cultures and whatnot, it's super important.
And the beauty with it is that you get to do things right from the beginning. You get to design this the right way. And being part of that journey is pretty exciting.